Josh.
Corey.
Welcome to the Brown Carpet mini-sode. And Josh, tell me something.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what the difference is between this mini-sode thing and a normal episode of what we do.
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely stoked you asked that question. I got a great answer for you. You ready?
Yep.
In a mini-sode,
Yes.
zero preparation.
What?
We both show up with one news story, and together we collaborate that shit into one glorious movie pitch, live.
And without any preparation?
None whatsoever.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do it.
Well, essentially, it's the same as what
I'm
you
out.
do on a normal episode.
I might flourish in those.
I think you will.
Beautiful.
Let's do it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted headfirst like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brown Carpet Podcast. I'm Corey Farrell.
And I'm Josh Groom.
And this is another schmozzle and we're late.
Not as late as we have been. This is probably one of the better ones as far as lateness is concerned.
We'd be pregnant. That's how late we are.
Yeah, this is like 4th trimester at this point. But it's, it is better than we've done in the past. And look at the bloody lighting.
I know.
Can you fault the lighting?
It pains me to say it, but he's done a good job.
He has done a good job.
Mainly because he's had the support of his children.
Big shout out to Damo, to
Adrian.
Megan, to Adrian
Yeah.
for putting together this production.
Should we dive right in?
Do you want to dive right
let's
in?
dive in. So we've got a good homegrown news story this week.
Yep, one straight out of Australia. It's a bit old. It's 2002. It's a good headline.
Yep.
$60,000 for being felled by chops.
Felled?
Felled by chops.
Not filled.
Felled. Yeah, taken down.
Okay.
Here's the story. A man was awarded $60,000 in damages yesterday after breaking his arm when he slipped on a greasy residue left on the floor of a Sydney pub by a patron who used pork chops for shoes.
That's great.
Tony Bowron, 25, of Oyster Bay, had sued the Janelli Inn.
The Janelli Inn, down in the southern, near Oatley and stuff.
Yeah, shout out to the Janelli Inn.
Janelli Inn.
Might get some free beers out of this. He said the Southern Sydney pub failed to supervise and maintain a safe place and was negligent for not removing Mr. Lucock, who was clearly drunk and had strapped pork chops to his feet with masking tape when a barmaid refused to serve him until he put shoes on.
I don't know why he didn't have shoes on in the first place and he was in the pub.
Judge Anthony Puckeridge found that the Janelli Inn had breached its duty of care by failing to clean the area that Mr. Lucock had made a greasy mess after taping the meat to his feet, and therefore it did not prevent the risk of injury to its patrons.
I love how they would happily serve him alcohol.
Come on in.
Barefooted.
They've got standards, mate. We're not going to serve anyone barefoot, but we will allow you to come in here with pork chops.
But he was drunk before he
was
put
drunk.
so they had to spin. Did he just come in the pub barefoot?
Maybe he
and then
lost
they
his
realised,
shoes.
yeah, maybe
Mid-session, lost the shoes.
we've all been there.
Big night. Suddenly you're barefoot.
Maybe he was wearing pluggers and he, got a flat tyre.
Yeah, had a blowout.
Yeah.
And then what do? You got to strap some pork chops to the feet. Okay. When Mr. Bowron, his then companion, went to take a shot in the pool competition, his right foot slipped underneath him and he barreled into another patron, falling heavily on the tiled floor, fracturing his left arm. Since the injury, one doctor told the court Mr. Bowron had suffered a clicking sensation, scarring, pain and suffering in his left arm. He said it was highly likely that Mr. Bowron could later require elbow replacement.
Jeez.
Yeah.
New elbow.
New elbow.
So let me get this straight. This guy won the meat raffle.
Yep.
Told he had to get out because he had no shoes on and he was intoxicated.
Yep.
He's a maverick in my book.
Yeah, he's like MacGyver.
Improvised.
Modern day MacGyver.
Whacked out 2 pork chops.
Yep.
Probably the best choice out of the meat tray. You're not going to use snags.
No.
No.
That's going to be a big mess straight away. Do you reckon they were frozen or
they
thawed?
Typically of a meat raffle, they're room temp.
Yeah, you want to present them in their best possible light.
You do. Mm-hmm. Continue to go about his business with pork chop shoes. And
a bit of masking tape. I like that he had that in the back pocket, so he just strapped them on.
Oh, yeah, I wonder how he strapped them on.
20 loops, I reckon, to get them attached. But then, as you'd imagine would happen with pork chops, they disintegrated.
Yeah.
They came apart. They wouldn't have lasted long, maybe one pool game.
No. And he's just snailed grease around the whole venue.
Just a greasy, slippery trail of pork chop juice.
I'd like to get him on the line if it was possible.
We have a caller. Mr. Lucock, you there? No, we don't have Mr. Lucock. If anyone knows Mr. Lucock and can get in contact with him, we would love to speak to him.
So, Josh, how are we going to spin this into a Hollywood film?
Well, I think there's a few questions we need to ask. Whose story is it? Is it the pork chop shoes?
I think it's pork chop shoes' story.
You think it's his story?
Lucock's story.
He's an interesting fella.
What do you think?
The instinct that took him to strap the shoes on. Like you're saying, it's a forward-thinking move.
Oh.
It's not the first time it's been done.
Oh, really?
Lady Gaga.
Lady
Remember
Gaga.
the infamous meat gown that she
Yeah.
wore to like some sort of red carpet event?
Yep,
That drew headlines all over the world.
it did. I like to think it's rooted in his childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's the victim. Hear me out.
Okay.
Maybe as a child, he walked past the frozen meat section in the supermarket.
Yep.
And got a little tingle.
Why's it got to be sexual?
It doesn't have to be,
Okay.
but he had some sort of attraction to meat
Yep.
that he couldn't put his finger on.
Maybe his father that left him was a butcher. He never had enough time with him.
There you go.
Loved to spend time in the back of the abattoir just hacking up carcasses.
He'd go to work with his deadbeat dad, who was a butcher. He'd say, "Stay out the cool room."
Yeah.
So instead of like getting nudie magazines from his older brothers,
Slabs of meat.
he just had slabs of meat.
Yep.
Bloody fleshy Play-Doh.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Fleshy Play-Doh. Possible title. Let's put a pin in that one.
Okay.
Fleshy Play-Doh's not bad. Okay, so he's got a subconscious attraction to raw meat,
Raw meat.
close to his body. He
Wearing,
likes the touch,
being
the texture.
around it.
Yep.
We don't have to go down the sexual route.
He enjoys the juices, but it doesn't have to be sexual.
Just the texture, the feel,
That tactile, meat-on-flesh feel.
that moist bounce.
He loves a bit of moist bounce. Moist bounce, put a pin in that one. That's also good. We've got fleshy Play-Doh and moist bounce.
Oh, we're not going to struggle for titles for this one.
This
I know.
sounds like a porn film straight away.
So where do we go from there? We've got his childhood rooted out.
We got the reason for...
Reason for his attraction to meat.
So then we've got the night itself. Obviously, that's going to be a key scene.
Right, but do we want to go straight to there? Because I feel like that's going to be the culmination of everything.
I feel it's the
Early
kickoff
on.
point.
Oh, okay.
Media picks up on the incident.
Yep.
It's interesting. It's gross.
Yep.
It's weird. He becomes a bit of a quasi-celebrity for 10 minutes or whatever.
Right.
Let's just say inspiration strikes. Aussie fashion designer sitting
Yep.
at home waiting for that next hot idea, sees the news story and thinks, temporary meat clothing. This could be a thing.
Oh, as a trend.
This is before Lady Gaga's worn the gown.
Right.
This is back when no one had heard of it.
Right.
So this fashion designer sees it and they're like, this could be the next big thing.
Yeah.
In the same way that graffiti, for like street art, for instance, like
Yeah.
you put it up on the wall, it's a temporary object of beauty that will be painted over, it'll disappear. The meat shoe is obviously not going to last. It's a one-use only product.
Yeah.
Perhaps this fashion designer thinks, this is my niche market. I'm going to start creating these one-off
Fast fashion.
fast meat fashion for the man on the go, or like a big night at the cinema, a red carpet event, black tie. Why not a nice set of beef trousers,
Right.
intestinal tie, a stomach liner beanie, a haggis hat, things that you could slap on just for one time only.
Just
that
step out.
create a real statement.
Tripe gloves.
Tripe gloves.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like that.
Is the fashion designer the bloke that strapped on the shoes, or
No.
is it someone inspired by him?
Ah, that's a good point.
Because maybe all this attention gives him this little platform for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe he starts his own label off the back of it.
What's the label called?
Well, the obvious one's Calvin Swine. we're gonna go the pig option. He just calls himself Calvin Swine. Starts his fashion label.
Yeah.
We need an Aussie actor to play him. We get like
Who's going to play him?
Chris Hemsworth or
Chris Hemsworth. Oh, you're full of them today.
I got pork puns for days.
Oh.
You'll give me a lot of leash here, but maybe another fashionista
Yep.
is like, who's this little upstart Australian? So it's like some American comes in and goes, fuck this guy. We're going to take him down. Maybe a Kanye West comes
Yeah.
in and says,
Maybe a Pamela Anderson Peter thing.
yeah,
Like a celebrity takedown.
celebrity takedown.
International celebrity takedown of this guy.
So either with a competing meat fashion outlet or they go the other way.
I think the motivation would be stronger from like a Peter or a anti-meat, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Morrissey. Get Morrissey in there somewhere.
Morrissey.
So where do we go from there?
So he starts this meat fashion label. It kicks up a bit. Starts like, dominating
off.
the media and the Australian fashion scene.
So is he opening retail spaces that are half butcher shops,
yes.
half retail clothing shops?
Come get your snags for the Barbie. Walk out with a pair of beef trousers. You got your fashion sorted for Saturday night, and you got brekkie for Sunday morning.
You can eat it. You can eat what you wear. Wear what you
Probably
eat.
not after you've worn
Not
it.
not like a licorice thong.
Like a G-string made of licorice, is that what you meant?
Yeah. Well, you
But even that, you wouldn't eat it after it's been worn.
maybe you would.
Depends who wore it, I
Depends how hungry
suppose.
you are.
Yeah.
So what happens? Is it a story of his downfall?
We'd almost go down like a horror type route. Like, let's say being more and more outrageous is the next big thing. Like, what's the extension to wearing animal meat on your body?
Human meat.
Human meat.
Right.
Like, what's more shocking than walking down the red carpet in a pair of
So he just becomes more deluded and twisted. Do you think it drives him to
Go darker.
go darker?
Yeah.
By trying to shut him down, they push him into the human meat trade.
The human meat trade.
He wants to wear other people's flesh.
Yeah.
If he's going to graduate from animal meat,
I think it's fair to say he's already not a particularly stable guy.
no.
If he's getting shut out of pubs and strapping meat onto his feet, he's
Yeah.
obviously not that connected with the social norms of society.
He's a delusional man. So he was fashioning mince into a Play-Doh fleshlight as a young man. He graduated into wearing it on his body, and then at the pub, he says, "I've finally had enough." He has a Freddie Mercury Queen moment. I want to break free. This is who I am. Straps on the pork shoes.
Yeah.
Goes viral. Off the back of his 50 minutes of fame, starts a fashion meat label, which
Calvin
is
Swine.
Calvin Swine. It just goes off.
Yep.
And then because of the notoriety,
Yeah.
your Pamela Andersons, your Peter of the world,
Your Kanye Wests.
Kevin Bacon, they all come together to shut him down.
Okay.
And then he basically goes, I think he goes underground.
They push him underground.
Push him underground.
And underground, he starts getting these weird ideas about human clothing.
Because you hear about the, what do you call it? The black market for organ trade.
Oh yeah.
He's getting body parts. He's got someone.
He's got a dealer on the dark web.
I don't know, somewhere in Asia. I don't know, somewhere. He's getting body parts in from all over the world. But he's making them for himself at this point.
He's in a dungeon somewhere, and he's putting together this range all on his own, but it's all human-based products. So it's literally a glove that was once a hand of someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe he cures it and dries it in a room he's got down there.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got like a dark room.
Yep.
Stuff drying, like
Stuff
pelts,
hanging around the room.
Human pelts just littering his house.
The smell of biltong wafting up the stairs.
Yeah.
His wife's asking weird questions.
He's not married.
No.
No, she left him a long time ago.
Sure. I reckon he's someone's weird uncle, though.
Oh, he's definitely an uncle.
I reckon he has people over every now and then. And
If you've got an uncle like this, call the
like,
authorities.
Uncle Chris, why does the basement smell weird?
Shut up and get me some more lime.
Maybe it's the kids that blow the whistle on him. Maybe his nephew and his niece, they come round every other weekend to hang out with weird Uncle Chris.
Yeah.
And the basement does smell weird.
They're like, the auntie's like, go in and just check on him. Just go check on him.
Just
haven't
spend
seen
a
him
few
for
hours with
haven't
him.
seen him for a couple of weeks. I know
Yep.
he's down from the whole his meat fashion label getting shut down. Go try cheer him up.
They're all watching, well, he'd be into like, I don't know, racing or something.
No, he's watching the Food Network.
He's watching the Food Network.
It's
Perfect.
just 24/7.
And he passes out on the couch with a beer still in the hand, and they're like, let's go have a look in the basement.
Right.
Open the door, creep down creaky stairs, obviously. All the lights off, and all they can see is these shapes dangling in the darkness. They don't know what it is.
And they think, they know he's into meat by this point. Oh, just animal carcasses.
It's well known.
Flick the switch.
There it is. Just, yeah.
Bodies.
Exactly. Bodies. All skinned.
But skinned. So like
fluttering.
Human curtains.
Human curtains.
Just flapping.
They turn to run.
Who's at the door?
It's drunk Uncle Chris. He's not happy. Smash cut. And there's Chris in the backyard. He's sipping on a Mai Tai. He's in a lounge chair.
Mai Tai?
Yeah, he's a classy guy. And we just pull out from the lounge chair that he's sitting in. It's a beautiful sunny day. And as we pull out past the Hills hoist, which is just slowly rotating in the breeze, round comes hanging.
Drying on the line.
It's the skins of his niece and nephew. Fill the screen.
The end.
Cut to black.
Yeah, what do we call this bad boy?
What do we call this bad boy?
Meat sweats?
Meat sweats is not bad. The meat sweats. That ties into the whole horror vibe.
Yeah.
The
meat
terror that
sweats.
it turns into. The
meat sweats.
Soundtrack?
Meat is murder.
Oh, yes, of course.
The Smiths.
Amy Swinehouse.
You've got so many meat puns. It's great.
Piggy Azalea, obviously. But what I was thinking is a great song. I heard this song for the first time in ages this morning.
Yeah.
The Look by Roxette.
She's got
Na 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 na. I can just see like as they walk down the catwalk with the beef trousers.
He's got the look. Tagline for you.
Oh yeah,
he was off his chops.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's one.
He's got some pig shoes to fill.
That is better than he's off his chops.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's got some pig shoes to fill. Oh my God, we did it.
We did it.
That's it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Don't forget to flush.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted inwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many may have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up! No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Round Carpet Podcast.
I'll roll up on camera.
Let's just go live.
We'll do it live!
Don't talk about me shitting.
I am going to talk about you.
Don't
shitting.
talk about me shitting.
I'm going to. Tell us when we're going. We are.
All right. But are we video now?
Yeah, video and everything.
Oh, God. Welcome. It's at the top screen, on top of the top taskbar. It's at the... Another thing, too, we can't see anyone that comments at the moment, so...
You're the one that told us to go live.
We're just going to go live.
Now it's chaos.
We're just going to keep going, and then he'll sort it out as we go.
I don't know if you can hear it there, but
That's our producer.
Damo's going to come and apologise.
What the fuck? So you go, Damien, you go to the Facebook page.
It's a good thing we're not paying him at this point.
Oh.
Can you fire someone that you don't pay?